Hello. I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm just going to be working on Psylocke for a little while. I hope you can see me. I just wanted to show you my process. Right now I'm working on the sketch, and it's, here we go, let me show you. Here we go. This is the sketch that I'm working on. Right now it's still at the rough pencil stage, but I will be showing you the rest very soon as I work on it. So, here we go. Let's turn the camera here so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see it. Let's see. There we go. It's going to be at a little bit of an angle because if I have it too close to where it's straight on, then I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So here we go. There we go. All right. So let's get started here. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay. And the first thing I do when I'm cleaning up my super messy lines that you can see here is I go over it with a kneaded eraser and I roll it into a little ball like this, and then I go over the page like this. All right, I'm still working on setting up my desk. So my artboard is on a notebook and we're still very basic, but at least I have a table I can work on. Let's make sure it's in focus here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to roll it to clean it all up. And then I will start putting in the lines. Now I'll be able to see your comments on the side on my iPad, so if you have any questions about what I'm doing, just post them and I'll be able to answer them while I'm working. Otherwise, you'll see how I lighten the work. And all it does is it just pulls off some of the lines so that I can still see what I did and know where I'm going to be putting my final line art, but at least it will be a little lighter so it's not such a disaster, and I can at least see what line I'm going to choose to ink. Hey, Mike Saunders, nice to see you. Okay, so right now I'm using a 0.9 millimeter HB pencil, and here we go. Now with this piece, what I did is this was my sketch, and I thought that she was a little bit too zoomed in. Now technically this is supposed to be a bust commission. That was prize number 2 from my commission contest during November. But I wanted to show the power, her power emanating from her hand, and then I felt it would be weird if it just cut off. So what I did is I made it a little bit more of a full body, kind of like a torso basically. And then I thought it was too zoomed in, so I drew it an entire second time and then realized that this version was better. So I'm going back and cleaning it up on the original sketch that I had. So her face is a little bit closer and stuff, but I did work out some of my ideas on this one, so I will be able to follow like some of the cloth motion and stuff that I drew originally. So here we go. Fred Walsh says, hey Dawn, do you have a favorite character to work on? And I hope to see you again soon too. The favorite characters, I really do love drawing all the characters that I'm assigned to draw. I very much enjoy. As far as a favorite character, I really can't say because I love drawing everything. It's so much fun. Hi, Scott. So what I'm trying to work out right now is that the flow and the motion of the entire piece is smooth, and that her cloth is swirling all around in a semi-proper way. I've got the airflow kind of going from the left side up to the right. Now, in my opinion, her cloth from her sash is lighter than her hair. So it's going to be flowing up a little higher than her hair. So really all I'm doing right now is just going around and cleaning up my sketch lines to get ready for inking so that I know what line to follow and what I'm trying to do. So here I wanted to have a little curl of hair coming down. For the most part, her hair is straight, but she does have a tiny little wave to it, so that's fun. I can add a few more swirls and interesting things. So as you can see, because I rolled over it with the kneaded eraser, and this one is a Faber-Castell kneaded eraser, and I really like this one because it's a lot softer than a lot of the kneaded erasers that you can find, and Faber-Castell has them in a bunch of different colors, and it's so awesome that it comes in a case, because if you stick your kneaded eraser just straight in your pencil case or holder, whatever you have all your stuff in, what happens is it starts to collect little pieces of broken lead or bits of dust, and then you'll go to erase something and you end up drawing because you didn't know that there was a piece of lead stuck in it or something. So I really love having a case to keep it in, and these particular ones are really smooth and soft. See, I can pull it. Look at how gummy that is. It's wonderful. So then I can knead it into what I need and roll over it to lighten the lines. If you erase it, what happens is a lot of lines disappear, and then you basically have to start over, which is super annoying. Making sure everybody can see. All right. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, Andrew. And thank you for loving to watch this. This is actually really, really fun. I enjoy being able to interact with you guys and answer questions and just be able to show the process a little bit. This is really fun for me, and I know it's the middle of the workday, so not everybody can tune in right now, but at least those of you that can, welcome. And for anyone else who watches it later, I hope you enjoy seeing the process. Okay, so I've got a little bit of her hair there, and because the wind is blowing that way, her hair would pretty much be flowing back, but I just wanted a few little pieces right here, and then this is part of her cloth, and it is going to be swirling all over the place. And the really fun thing about cloth is it can fold and turn with the wind, so that's what I'm trying to do here, is just have it swirling all around her like a teeny tornado of red or fuchsia. I'm trying to decide which version of her outfit to do, which is really fun. And again, this piece was won by Marie Bartz, and well, this paper was won, I guess you can say, because she won prize number 2 in my commission contest. And for those of you who took part in it, thank you so much. That was so fun to do. The prize number 1 was an 11 by 17 with a character of your choice, and Damian Hurley won that, and he chose Silk. So I do have a Facebook Live video on my page that you can see the process of how I was inking and putting in the blacks. But by the time I started working on the colors, it was night, and so the lighting, it wouldn't have been very good for Facebook Live. But at least now it's daytime, and I can show you how I'm prepping her for the inks. So, she has her big long gloves. Nope. And because it's in perspective and we're kind of seeing her from above, the top of her glove would be going down and around like that to show the perspective of where her arm is headed. Ben asks, do you still draw comics or just commission work? Oh yes, I 100% still draw comics. And I'm going to be starting on interiors in January and under. Okay, I will try to fix that. Let's see if this light helps. That better? There we go. Okay. So here's another fun swirly of hair. And you can see now the hair is starting to get pushed up and taken with the wind. So I'm going to add that one right there. And I don't need the lines to be perfectly clean because I can do that in the inking. I just need to know exactly where everything is going. Now this isn't the most ideal way to draw. I showed everyone at the beginning, I have my artboard propped up on a notebook while I'm working on getting a proper incline table to put on top of my desk. I didn't want my whole desk to be at an incline because I have stuff that I'm using or pencils, and then when it comes to working with Copic markers, I have markers just everywhere all over my desk, and I felt that if I had an incline desk, everything would just be rolling off, or I'd have to get extra tables and chairs and trays and all that. So I didn't really want that. That's why I got a straight desk. Okay, I have her collarbone and her body is turned, so this part goes further that way. And then here is the part of her shirt. Ben says, my style reminds him of the late and great Michael Turner. It's awesome. Oh, why thank you. I very much admire Mike Turner's work. I love it so much, and that's a huge compliment. Okay, I need to draw the back of her neck and her shoulder. And then this shoulder is going back, so again, I would need to put the glove like that. Now she has the power that's coming down, and it kind of has these energy swirls that come down onto her arm. So I actually drew them here in my other sketch that I was working on because I drew it twice like a moron. And so I'm going to try to put some of that energy going up her hand into this one. Now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to have cloth swirling over her chest and waist area or not, so I'm still working on that. And then I was going to have the cloth kind of wrapping in her hair a little bit, so it's going from here to the back and then swirling around and then looping up at the top. So that's I'm trying to make sure that I kind of know what direction the cloth is going, like where it's starting from, what's happening in the back, and then what's coming back up to the front again, so that I don't have some random piece of cloth coming out somewhere that wouldn't make any sense and has nothing to do with anything. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Now, technically, if this was a comic book cover for publishing or something like that, I wouldn't be able to go all the way to the edge like this, because you have to have the bleed margins when things get printed, they get cut in a little bit. But because this is a commission and not a published piece, I can go all the way to the edge of the paper. Hello everyone that's watching. Thank you. Andrew asks, are you planning to color or keeping it as a pencil drawing? I am definitely planning to color it. So I'll try, if it's at a good time of day, to do a Facebook Live of how I do the Copic coloring, because that will be really fun. I love the coloring part. Yay! So anyway, I'm pretty much just excited to get to that. I am really looking forward to all the fuchsia and pink in this piece. It's going to be so fun. And there's all that energy coming from right here, so there's going to be rim lights and some of the lighting from her power coming over on her face, and her hair will catch some of the fuchsia. It's going to be a challenge because with marker, her hair is black and then with the dark purple in certain places, so to try to mix fuchsia in with that is going to be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be fun. Hello, Tony. Okay, so the cloth is swirling here, and I think I put too many lines in the inner fold. I don't like them. I lost my little pencil eraser brush thing that I've been using for like 5 years. I snatched it out of my kid's craft box, and it was just a little tiny, super cheap, probably cost like a dime paintbrush, but it was perfect because the art stores sell those big horsehair brushes. They're like, I don't know, sometimes 10 to 12 inches long, and so then you're constantly brushing your entire page and somewhat smudging all the pencils. So I got this little tiny little brush and I would use it all the time, and then it broke. So I need to, well, I lost the handle part of it is what happened, and so I'm gonna need to get a new one. I hate having to smudge it all away with my hand. It's the worst. Okay, so this swirl is going to go up here and kind of come out through her hair. I don't know if that would technically work, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think it looks cool. All right, there we go. Some more folds. And I'm making her cloth get thinner at the end. Andrew asks, then how far are you going to develop the lines in the energy field before you ink or color? Not very much. And I have a Copic multi-liner in pink. Yay! So I'm going to do the lines in pink, and then I'm going to do the rest with Copic. And the energy lines will pretty much just be basic form, and then I'll take it into Copic and do it with that. But I'm planning to ink the energy lines with a light pink, which is very exciting. Okay. I tend to jump around. I don't really stay in one place for very long, which I don't know. why I do that, but I do. And yeah, I'll be bouncing all around the page. I hope that doesn't get annoying for anyone. All right, so this is just a piece of her hair that's flowing out from the back. And then I've got some more swirling behind and in front of this piece of cloth. So the in front parts are here. So that her hair is catching the wind as it swirls up behind her. But not all of it would. Her hair, I imagine, would be rather heavy, so it wouldn't catch the wind as much. Okay, Steve Melchers asks, what the previous sketch that you had started of Psylocke looked pretty good. Will you complete that sketch as well or scrap it? I'm going to scrap it because this one is because I never really sit down and do anything in one shot. I'm a mom of 3, so there's a lot of jumping around, a lot of stuff that I need to do throughout the day, school, business, doctor trips, all that kind of stuff. So I should really at some point sit down and actually count the hours of how many hours it actually takes me, because I don't really know. And you know, some pieces go really well and everything goes smoothly, and then sometimes you just feel like you've got artist block where you can't think of anything. Everything you draw looks like crap. At least that happens to me. So then I toss it and start over, or do what I did this time where I draw it at a whole other time and then decide that this one's better. So then I revert back to my original sketch, and I do that stuff a lot. It's not very time efficient, and I need to cut that out big time. Oh, Nikki Andrews says, love it already. Thank you, hun. That's so nice of you. Now there's gonna be a lot more folds on her hands, and that's because she's wearing full-length gloves. So there's gonna be things that almost look like skin wrinkles, but it's not, it's leather wrinkles or whatever material her outfit is made of. Jessica Gordon says, hi Dawn, I'm sorry Sherlock stole away your new drawing desk. Yeah, he's such a little thief. Just decides to claim the desk as his own, and like whenever he can get in my room, he's on my desk. It's ridiculous. Okay, so more handwork. I was gonna just have this arm going off the page, but to me it looked a little awkward to have this much of her body and then a hand just kind of flying away. So that's why I bent her arm and put her hand like that, because I thought it looked pretty. And again, more folds in her hand because of the gloves, and her thumb is kind of held close into her palm. So that's why I did it like that. And then there will be wrinkles on her glove where it connects to her hand. So once I'm done with this part, then I'll do the inking. And of course you can still see all the light lines of my sketches and different things I tried, and like directional lines on her face and stuff. But I'll erase all of that after I ink it. And I have really decent pens. I work with ink smoothly after a while, so then I have to toss it and just grab whatever else I have in that size. So I'm going to have that cloth going off the page just a touch, because it would be coming forward and then turning to go behind her. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit because I needed to put her belt lower on her waist. I don't want to get confused when I'm inking and accidentally ink the wrong line. Oh, Tony says, I can't wait to see the inking. I'm in the process of learning it myself. Oh, awesome. Well, then you can watch along. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in and ask. All right, so this one I want to be turning up there. And then, of course, there needs to be a reason why it's pinched, so I'm going to have extra folds in the cloth right here. So here it gets wider just because it's turning, and I want to show that the cloth is wider at the base where it's connected to her waist, and then it gets thinner as it goes along. All right, so then this one, I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle it. So I'm thinking either to have it swirling and then coming, like not going over her hand here and then coming through right there, or I'll have it do this. So let's just see which one we prefer. If anyone has any preferences or thoughts, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue doing my basic plan. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it should go in front here because it's going behind there. And I think that would make more sense. So it's coming forward, so because we're looking at it from slightly an above angle, because it's coming forward here, the curve would be down. Josh asks, what sizes are these print sizes? For what I'm working on right now, this is an 8.5 by 11, so it's like letter size basically. And the paper I use for my original art is called Cougar Super Smooth. I get it from my printer. So I don't really know what it would be like as far as what you could get at an art store, but probably like Strathmore is great, and just any kind of Bristol board. The video looks a little blurry. Is that helping? I hope that helps. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. Let me see. Whoops, sorry. Okay, I'm trying to focus it. Maybe I need to go closer. I'm not sure why it's blurry. I'm so sorry. Okay, that helped. Okay. Thank you. If there is anything that's going wrong with it, anybody please feel free to jump in and let me know. It does seem blurry. That's odd. How much for a commission of Rogue, Josh asks. My commissions are currently, my list and wait list are full, so I'm not able to take on any commissions, but a bust at 8.5 by 11, which is this size, or a blank. So I charge the same for a letter size paper or a comic book blank, is $300. Right. I'm going to try again here. swirling hair and cloth are kind of the things that drive me a little bit batty sometimes, and it takes a bunch of different tries to try to give it, you know, a natural look or supernatural, but at least your eye can accept it and it doesn't look weird or in the wrong place. So it's finding the right balance of having enough swirl in it and then not going too far and making it just insane. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Actually, yeah, that looks better. So I'm going to have it fold right here and then swirl straight, as opposed to going up into her body. I'm going to do it like this. So it's a pretty sharp turn for cloth, but hopefully this should work. I just didn't think that like cutting all the way up into her body looked right. Something about it looked off to me. Psylocke is life. That's awesome. Everyone, is it still blurry for you? Are you getting a blurry picture? Because it really shouldn't be. Let me know. There we go. It's still blurry? Damn. I'm so sorry. Should I just maybe stop and try again? Oh, thanks, Tony. You're so kind. I'm so glad you like it. All right, so here it curves a little bit to show the back of her rib cage. So that's why it curves a bit and it's not a completely straight line. Okay, now on to the hand and the energy. Blurry vision, that's what happens when you stare directly at Psylocke. Oh, thanks for hanging around, Andrew. I'm glad you enjoyed your lunch break. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so now I need to show her knuckles properly and the folds in her gloves. So that's what I'm working on now. Sometimes I'll actually check my own hand to see how it actually should work. There we go. So I want her pointer finger just a little bit higher. So that's why I'm doing that. Oh, thank you, Michael Gaines. I'm sorry that the video is blurry. Maybe my internet is having an issue or something. Next time I'll keep working on it. Facebook Live is new for me, so I probably have some kinks I need to iron out and figure things out.